Stop at the stop sign. Our Babylon will charge you with a crime. You know, stop.
Yes,
Okay.
Sir. Yes, sir. Blessed. One blessed love to one and all the people out there, you know. Give thanks for having me on your show. And the name, Ras Shango is the name.
Right.
AKA Englishman. Now, Englishman was dubbed on me. Just like in Jamaica, you have people by the name of Charlie Chaplin, who's a DJ.
Right.
Josie Wells,
Right.
DJ. You understand? My name, I got dubbed by the name of Englishman. I just finished a tour with Ras Michael and the Sons of Negus.
Yes.
And I was at the park with my brethren. And some ladies, I said, why is he so quiet? And I said, no, he just finished a tour, he's just chilling.
Yeah.
I said, oh, where did you tour? He said, England. And then they said, oh, he's an Englishman.
Yeah.
And right there, I got the name Englishman. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So that's how that name came about. It just, you know, like in Jamaica,
Uh-huh.
you might have a man named Cocoa Tea.
Yes, sir.
Because he drink a lot of cocoa tea,
Yeah.
chocolate tea.
And cocoa tea is a great.
So they just call him Cocoa Tea.
Yeah.
So that's what they love.
Right.
I got an ex-brethren, they call him pot cover.
Right.
Why they call him pot cover? Because when the pot is cooking, you're always dipping in the pot and eating out and sneaking to get in the pot.
Yeah.
But the pot make a noise. So they say, we're gonna call you pot cover because you're stealing out the food when nobody's looking. So you get those names, you know, in Jamaica they just give you a nickname, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and tell us some of the greats that you played with so far.
Well, first and foremost, my mentor was Ras Michael and the Sons of Negus.
Right.
And he's a Nyabingi elder
Right, right.
that, you know, saw us as some...
And I know when I was down in Jamaica, Mandeville, and
Yes.
a lot of Nybingis down there.
Yes, man, Clarendon,
Yeah.
Parish of Clarendon.
Clarendon,
all those
yeah.
places, those places there, yeah.
Yeah.
So, you know, we toured with him.
Mm-hmm.
And then my brethren, Maccabee, Isla Maccabee.
Yeah, I know Maccabee.
Maccabee. You know, we formed a unit called Roots Vibration.
Uh-huh.
And we used to tour with Mikey Dread, Dread
Uh-huh.
at the Control Tower.
Right.
He's actually his cousin, you know, him and the Bradshaw brothers,
Right.
Fatty Head and the bass player.
Right.
And they used to play with Burning Spear.
Yeah.
Now, Burning Spear is from my parish of
Yeah.
St. Anne's.
And Bernard Spear is still going
Yeah,
strong.
Marcus Garvey parish right
Yeah.
there, you know. And so we used to tour with a lot of those people, idols,
Yeah.
in addition time, you know.
Yeah.
And a lot of artists, even here, HR, the Bad Brains, we used to do some work with them.
Uh-huh.
And so many more artists I can't even mention right now. As I go along in the interview, I'll make mention of them, you know. So,
Okay, well, what are some of your greatest performances from the past and your greatest performances up to recent times? And what influenced you to become a reggae artist?
You see now, that now jog my memory and make I remember one of my key
Uh-huh.
mentors
Uh-huh.
was Joseph Hill of Culture.
Right, right.
And, you know, just working with him throughout the world,
Uh-huh.
from Israel to Jamaica, Brazil, to all over the world. Joseph Hill of Culture. What a bamba, eh? When the two seconds clash.
Well,
Yeah.
tell me, in your recent years, what's one of the most memorable performances that you've had?
Oh, well, basically just touring the world myself, you know, with my unit, Shango
Right.
Band.
Right.
So, you know, you can't find Shango Band if you just plug them in. And just working with them all over the globe.
Yeah,
Doing
because
work
I've been
with them.
trying to get with you for a while now. It's just like every time I'm around, you're not around. Now I'm around today, and this is how we had to do it because we did want a live performance from you,
True.
and we're gonna get that.
Little
hopefully
later.
a little later, and before the end of the year, we're gonna get that a
Yes,
live
man.
performance from you.
Well, here we are in the famous Adams Morgan area.
You're right, in Adams Morgan,
And
D.C.
I want to mention Bukum because
Yeah.
they are a staple club that has kept reggae alive.
Man, we was coming to Bukum like back in like 88, 89.
And before that,
Yeah.
there was a club called Kilimanjaro.
Right down the street on Florida Avenue. We used to open up for Chuck Brown over there.
Yeah.
Right down there.
You
Yeah,
mentioned
every
Chuck
Sunday.
Brown.
Yeah.
Chuck Brown was one of the artists also we work with together.
Yeah.
On a lot of my cuts, you know,
Yeah.
a lot of tunes I did.
Yep.
Chuck Brown in the area. A lot of hip hop artists too.
Yep.
You know, go-go artists, you know, work with. So I give thanks for to be able to be here. And sometimes it's good to kind of just be low-key and mellow passing through. But I wanted to mention Bukum because, like I said, during the COVID era and during when they was building up this era right here, Bukum was the only place, and Kilimanjaro was the only place that.
Oh, don't forget the African room that was up there.
Oh, African room was there too.
Yeah, you remember that, right?
Find them kind of hosting
Yeah.
artists like myself and
Yeah.
a lot of the artists around the place. Big up yourself, Carl Malcolm.
Yeah, because
was
back in the
awesome.
day, like in the 80s and early 90s, we was at the African room. We had a TV show called Premier from the Underground.
Truly.
And that's how me and Judah met. And you remember CI and all of them?
Yeah, CI
we
worked
we
with
brought
them.
all of them together on the TV show, and people didn't even know. And when we brought them together,
All
Ras
those local
Rastafari.
artists like CI,
Yeah,
I Shall Cole, Strikers Posse, Carl Malcolm,
exactly.
Lenny Curlew,
Yeah.
so much artists in the area that did a lot of work with them, you know, still doing a lot of work because they're still working, you know.
Yeah.
So, you know, I give thanks to be able to do a lot of work, and all those artists I don't call their name just yet. My brain kind of busy right now, but
Right.
when call you as we go along, you know.
Right. Well, tell me this. How do you feel the go-go music and reggae music has influenced the culture in DC?
All right. That bring me to an artist by the name of Ras Lidge.
Okay.
Now, Ras Lidge, a quick story. I was going to play down at a stadium down RFK Stadium,
Right, right.
and saw Ras Lidge.
Uh-huh.
And Ras Lidge said, "What you doing, man?" And I said, "I'm going to a festival." He said, "Can I come?" So I said, "Well, you have any instrument?" And he said, "Yeah, let's pass down where they used to rehearse. And I forget the name of this place where they used to rehearse. And he pick up him congos.
Uh-huh.
This is how reggae go-go gonna get
That's
started. Let
exactly.
me give you that history because sometime, just like when reggae was coming along, everybody said, I start.
Uh-huh.
No, we was down at RFK.
Right.
And you know, like when they say, give the drummer some,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I make the drummer take a solo.
Uh-huh.
They say, give Ras Lidge some, and him start play a go-go thing.
Yeah.
And we was playing the reggae underneath it. And I said, I'm gonna call this Reggae.
Yeah.
Reggae go-go.
Exactly.
And that's how reggae go-go get started.
And
You understand?
I got some with you on that too. I got some questions on that.
Truly.
But okay, going to the crime rate and murder rate is almost similar to the 90s crack era. What do you think is driving the high crime in DC?
Well, you know, of course, every time situations like that occur,
Uh-huh.
they're going to say that it was influenced by the music, it was influenced by this and influenced by that.
Right.
But listen, if you keep moving the goal post every time they try to make a touchdown,
Uh-huh.
they will never make a touchdown.
That's true.
Which simply means that level the playing field, take the politics out. The politics have been there from the time of 400 years until now.
Exactly.
And all they do is move the goalposts to make it feel like you're gonna win the game.
Right.
By
Like
the
a
time
little
it-
change is come, but it's not really making a difference.
It's not making a difference. So crime rate in DC, the robbery and everything, give them some education from early so that they don't go down that path
Right.
of trying to rob or jack a car and certain little things. Make the economics of housing, you understand, schooling, everything on a level playing field. And pardon the French, but cut out the bullshit.
That's right.
You understand?
Yeah. And see, we're bringing a program to DC. We've got it in the mix right now, drawing it up. It's called Up to Us, where we do that. We focus on Ward 7 and Ward 8. And they've only got, I mean, we got the statistics where it started out with 4 grocery stores over there. Now they only got 1 over there now on Alabama Avenue that they're trying to close down. So we're focusing on that, but it's an outreach program, and we call it an outreach project, in which we got the kids, the at-risk teens, and that part of the program is called Up to Me. So we just doing something to say, like back in the 90s, we had the unity in the community thing, and we had, where we had DC.
I will say this too, that everybody's opinion is different.
Right.
But I big up our mayor of the city.
Right.
Because many times you find that we are placed in a position where we want to do good, but our hands are tied.
Right.
You understand? And we have limited resources and limited mobility to do the things that we want to do to change the community.
Right.
So they can only do but so much. But a big up
To the mayor.
Our mayor of the city, for trying to do what she can do to help build houses for homes, lower income homes.
Yeah, because we got almost 80,000 now in DC.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, and I'm talking about even at the Navy Yard, they got affordable, like the senior apartments. They're supposed to be 3,300 for a 1-bedroom. They're like 11 something.
Well, she's trying a thing.
Yeah.
And bringing also food, because food is also very key
Very important here,
in
especially in
terms of
DC.
Eating right,
Uh-huh.
high diabetes, high blood pressure, and all those kind of things, all the ailments that you see we suffer from.
Right.
Is key to education and food.
Right.
So if you got a good greengrocer in there that's selling good produce for the people them to eat the right food, you understand, instead of eating junk food and all those kind of things
Right.
that they just put out there on the market and destroying the people.
Exactly.
You understand? So more time you have to feed the minds also of the people with good education and good food in the belly. So that way we bring out a generation, productive generation, that people don't have to, when they see you, be scared of you. See you as an equal.
Right.
Equal to level the playing field.
And that's what our program, our program is going to have fitness, and it's going to have, diet, education, and also it's going to have self-defense. So that's like the 3rd level of our program, where we teach them
We need that
self-defense,
too.
fitness, everything. I mean, we got a life skills program, which is phase 2. The first phase is a developmental program to heal you if you've got, with the violence in DC, we're trying to heal you of the hurt, the pain, and then get you to open up. So that's going to be in a group session.
Yeah.
So we're trying to touch
Get the
everything.
mental mind right first.
Exactly, and we're going to use everything, such as we're using entertainment, because that's where I come from, was an entertainment, and we're using entertainment, and we're using, former felons, we're using combat veterans, and we're just bringing like victims of crime. We're bringing their parents in to speak.
Addressing homelessness,
Uh-huh.
addressing mental issues too. That
Exactly.
is key also, that sometimes, yes, we shun when we see that happening. But I guarantee everybody, I suppose, has some form of family member that suffers from some form of mental instability.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
And also maybe drug problems and certain things like that.
Yeah.
Because sometimes when it rains, it doesn't rain on one man house. It
That's
rain
right.
on everybody else.
That's right.
So even if it don't get to you, you understand?
Mm-hmm.
If it don't get to you, somebody close to you. You understand?
Yeah.
So those are some of the things we need to address still,
Okay. And how do you feel reggae music has influenced people worldwide to overcome struggle?
I'll tell you the truth. Reggae music, just like African music, just like hip hop music,
Yeah.
just like jazz music, blues music, country music, which you don't know. From we can bounce a ball, from we can jump, from we can dance.
Yeah.
Is ours. So from those influences there, and having a platform to try and once again educate the mind of people. And of course there's going to be the politics where they try to pull the music to one side and tarnish it
Right.
and make it seem like this artist is better than that artist and money, and because they're making money because they're singing foolishness to the people. You understand?
Yeah,
and that happens in all the music, every music genre you can think about. If it's a way where they can sway the mind of the people and make them sing foolishness, and the people say, "Oh yeah, that's hip."
Yeah.
You understand?
That's true.
And they just roll with that. And then after a while, then you see, that's when they start blaming the music and saying that's where it has an influence and that's where, because that's where they want to pull it to.
Right.
The culture of the music, when you play reggae music, the true culture of the music is to educate the people and make them stay on the right track and be productive citizens. You see me?
Yeah, and you remember when Bob brought together the two leaders with reggae music?
Yeah,
that was a powerful move.
So that was a powerful move, and we can't leave out Peter Touch, because once again, here's the next thing. In every music, just like Biggie and Tupac, Bob Marley, Peter Tosh, you go down the line, they always have somebody who say, this is the saint, this one is the devil.
Right.
Pit them against one another.
Right.
And really and truly, Martin Luther King, Malcolm X.
Exactly.
The objective was to bet the betterment of the people. You understand?
Right.
So if you can see through that facade and that foolishness, our people, when they can see through that and they're not brainwashed, even those of our people who are educated and in the position of power that can do certain things, you understand?
Yeah.
When you have our people that using their brain and see through the bullshit of things.
That's right.
You understand? That's why I love Peter Touch, Yeah, the same cuss a lot, but his cussing was to get the message across to all those people that they look like I and I,
right,
but don't move like I and I. You see what I'm saying? Yeah.
Sure. Okay, and in recent years, I've noticed growth in go-go bands, but the growth in reggae bands is slower. Why do you feel that is?
Once again, politics of the music. You could be the baddest reggae band. You could have the baddest musicians playing. You understand? You could be well-rounded. First of all, let me say this. Music is not just music alone, being the best instrument player, best singer or whatever. It's a business like anything else.
That's true.
It is to be treated as such. And it's just like having book knowledge and street knowledge. One without the other, to me personally, can't work.
It can't work.
So if you're the greatest musician in the world, if you don't have the business savvy, it's not going to work, and vice versa.
Right.
Because you have to approach it that way. You have to realize that, once again, politics plays a major part. The common denominator is the dollar bill or money itself.
Exactly.
You understand? That's what pushes everything. And so with that, you find that sometimes they will make this music go through and suppress that music.
Right.
It's done in a very subtle way.
Right.
Because you could be singing positiveness. They're not going to book you.
Right.
You understand? Sing about under a girl and cock up this and that. they're gonna make that music fly.
Right.
You understand? Until, all right, let's look at someone like Lady Saw then.
Yeah. And she only lasted for a little while.
Well, she lasted good. She did good.
Did.
And she did what she
but
did. What
I
she needed
take
to do.
the Tanya Stevens, people like that.
Look at that.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
So, but what made Lady Saw say to herself, let me go into the church? And some may criticize her and say, oh, she just doing that as an escape.
Right.
Maybe she had her run with the dancehall thing and said that, hey,
right,
it's time to put something different in the minds of the people.
Right.
Once again, you have Ninja Man, same thing.
Yep.
He turned a preacher.
Yeah.
And back and forth the struggle with trying to be an artist and trying to conscious music. You understand? So all those things play a major role in the progress of music and who control the music. You understand?
That's true.
Who win the Grammy? Who don't win the Grammy? All those things.
Okay, and what do you feel are the politics in DC that limit go-go bands and reggae bands to performing in just a few clubs? Because you remember back in the day, go-go was everywhere. They used to say go-go brings violence. Over in Northeast, you had the Maverick Room, you had Breezes Metro Club. I can take you back to so many places. Uptown, we had the place up on Georgia Avenue. You know, the Safari Club.
Listen, Bridget.
Uh-huh.
Remember a group named Public Enemy?
Yeah. One of my favorites, Chuck D.
And when they used to come on stage
Uh-huh.
and they introduce themselves,
Uh-huh.
they would say, we introduce ourselves to all our fans
Uh-huh.
and all the people incognito
Yeah.
who don't really want to see what they're doing, but they come to see what they're doing.
Right.
You understand?
Right.
So when you see the limitation of venues for reggae to play or go-go to play, and they say it's the violence,
Uh-huh.
who knows who's planted in there to commit to create the friction and the violence,
Exactly. Because
make things happen.
yeah, because I'm gonna tell you something. Never in go-go, and I mean I've been to a lot of go-go's. You remember the Howard Theater we used to have on Wednesday? They didn't have no heat in the Howard Theater, right? But we'd be there every Wednesday, and guess what? There was no incidents, and you never heard go-go bands calling women bitches or whores or none of that.
But here what happened, if you notice,
Uh-huh.
when you're starting to build a thing,
Uh-huh.
if it doesn't look like it's gonna be successful, ain't nothing happen. But let it start flourishing and building
Uh-huh.
and being successful. And that's when you find, say, something happen, some shooting go on, liquor license lost, something going on. You understand?
Yeah.
There's always gonna be an outside force that's gonna come and disrupt that. You understand? So it never flourishes. You understand?
Yeah.
The way that it does flourish
Uh-huh.
is when certain people get paid under the table, or certain people have control of it. You understand? I saw that thing they were. You
Yeah,
understand?
but you remember Jay-Z and Beyonce came and they made a song called Crazy in Love. That was go-go. They took that out of here. Okay, Salt and Pepper, they had a lot of hits that were go-go. They took that out of here. But it took EU to bring in Doing the Butt. And we've been doing go-go for years. I mean, my cousin used to play with Trouble Funk, you know?
See.
And they was the only ones that really went on tour out of D.C.
Listen, man. As I said, it's not everybody that's in this music business that
Uh-huh.
even look like you,
Yeah,
that want to see the progress of certain things.
Yeah.
Now, me as an artist,
uh-huh.
I will talk these things.
Uh-huh.
Certain artists won't talk them things.
Right.
You know why? Because their brother get butter.
Right. And truth
see,
is over money.
Certain artists,
Uh-huh.
they say, don't deal with him.
Right.
You understand? That's how the politics go. But me not afraid to talk.
That's right.
Because if you're not helping me right now,
You're
you're not
hurting.
going to help me anyway.
That's
So
right.
me might as well talk. And at the age I am right now, in a business,
Right.
and listen, certain people cut them ears listening. You understand? You don't know who they is.
Yeah.
You understand? You don't. It might not happen right now, but down the line, watch yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah. Reality.
Okay. I've seen go-go bands such as EU, Chuck Brown, and a few others play reggae versions of songs, but I don't see many reggae artists playing go-go versions of songs. And what are some of the go-go songs that you would like to see a go-go version of?
Man, so many. Listen, I think plagiarism
Uh-huh.
and for things to evolve
Uh-huh.
in every music has borrowed from somewhere.
Exactly.
You understand? And sometimes that's what creates the fusion and breeds new music still. You know, keep the roots of certain things, we have to keep the roots of certain things. But certain music are bred from interweaving of other music. You
Right.
understand? So there's several music I'd love to see from reggae bands playing go-go music and vice versa.
Okay, this would be a real challenge, but what if you had a reggae versus go-go challenge where reggae bands had to play go-go and go-go bands had to play reggae?
Trust me. Like I said, if you can play basketball and you can play what we call football, which is soccer, what they call soccer,
Yeah,
and you can dance,
that's right.
it might not be authentic go-go, just like go-go playing reggae might not be authentic reggae.
Right.
But we can play it.
Right.
We will play it, man. We play jazz, we play blues, we play hip-hop, we play funk.
Hey, but wouldn't that be an interesting battle though, where you switch the bands up, taking everybody out of their element for once, and seeing how good they are at adjusting?
You need to, you know what? You just need somebody who have that creative mind and a venue that wants to put on something like that.
I mean, I think I can pull up a venue, but that I would want to see that just to see we're bringing, because reggae music is true African music, go-go music is true African music. So you got two African musics that's the birth of this city here, that now they're going to switch up and they're going to play each other's music.
But hear this. That's it comes pivotal back to what I'm saying. Where did Morse code come from? Where did Morse code come from?
You talking about from Africa? Yeah, the drums from Africa. The dot dash dash. Yeah.
So the drum is the pivotal part. If you listen to go-go,
but the drum in all of our cultures, or all ethnic cultures, the Hawaiians play drums, Puerto Ricans.
If we can play, go-go, you can play reggae and vice versa, because the denominator is right there, the drum.
Right.
See what I'm saying? So it's deeply enrooted in us, man.
Right.
Deeply enrooted in us.
Right. I think that came with the melanin.
Yeah, people of color, it's deeply enrooted.
Okay, and what are your greatest hopes for the at-risk youth in DC, and how do you feel reggae music can bring about a positive change in the DMV?
Well, one, I neglected to say this, but when you find clubs like Buku that is owned and run by us
right.
as business people,
right,
then you find the interest is there,
right,
because it's a vested interest for them just as much as us.
Right.
So what do I see for the future of reggae music in the DMV and throughout the world? I see good business owners coming together, putting their heads together, opening up venues, vast venues, where you can circulate the wealth, because that's what it is, circulating the wealth and the talent, the pool of talent, you understand, and making that grow for the future, you know, and for the next generation of artists to come. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. Because when I lived over here, and I used to live right over there at 14th and Kenyon, right? When I lived over here, every Tuesday I'd walk all of these clubs and I'd find a place to play that week.
Truly.
And I mean, if I had to go from here down to where Roy is down the street, I would find a place to play, and I'd find places for other bands to play.
True.
And I was over there across the street at that Grand Central place over there a couple months. Guys like, yo, why don't you bring back the 90s? And that's what I want to do for this. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about bringing the bands back where we knocking on these doors personally, and you giving the bands what they worth. Don't try giving them what they was up in. I don't know if you remember the Marlboro up in Georgetown. Back in the day, they used to give you $325 to play for 5 days. You got to put that money in.
All of those things, you have to come with a good business package.
Yeah.
And help the bands to grow so that they can grow. The venues can grow too. You know what I mean?
Right.
Cost of living is changing and constantly changing and going up. So you can't keep a band at the standard price that you would keep them with, because cost of living is going up, raise up the price.
Yeah, and in this neighborhood, this is a diverse neighborhood. So this is the culture of this neighborhood, is to have reggae and go-go and even jazz bands and even Latino bands. It's the culture. This is the culture over here. African bands too. Everything because of the culture.
Here, so they have all the venues here that can accommodate
exactly
every genre of music you can think about. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, this is the area, you know, and the DMV is the area too. You
right.
know what I'm saying? Yeah.
But have you noticed though, you see more Virginia tags over here than you see DC tags. So that means that Virginia needs to invite some of these artists over here and some of to perform.
Money is there too.
Yeah.
Money is there.
Because you're coming over here, but you don't have many places in DC. I mean, in Virginia, that's as busy as this strip right here in Adams Morgan. This is very busy day and night. I mean, we're over here. Today is a Sunday. You can't even find a place to park at 3 and 4 in the afternoon.
They have venues.
Yeah.
Good venues over in Virginia.
Yeah.
Okay, because in Arlington, I play a gig at a place called Renegade.
Yeah.
Sound is off the chain.
Uh-huh.
Club is good. Have cameras and everything where you can video and put your ride on YouTube right away and things like that. So it's not like they don't have venues. They have the venues. It's just seeking out those venues to be able to play there. And like I said, spread the wealth.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I plan to do, because like we was doing shows up at the Paragon up in Bethesda, and you talking about it in the 90s, where they wouldn't really have us. They wouldn't even have go-go, but we got up in them places just because we brought the TV show, and we told them like, okay, we'll give you the, we'll take the door, you take the bar, but we'll guarantee you 200 people on your weakest night. We'll come in here on a Wednesday and guarantee 200 people. And
you do the business side of things.
Exactly, and we never paid a fee to rent the place or nothing, because we brought them so much business. And I'm just using the 90s theory, because that's what I've always done, was do business in a form where it benefits both parties. The bands get paid, we all get paid.
At the end of the day. And like I said, you know, one of the things is that a lot of reggae bands or maybe go-go bands cannot afford a savvy street promoter,
right,
to do all of that work. But sometimes they have to kind of take the loss early, get somebody savvy that can promote and get them into the venues, and then from there now we have to pay that person. I mean, it's all about the business.
Yeah, because I'm gonna tell you, when I was doing this, I did it for free. Just like now, if I come back and do this, I'm doing it for free. And the reason I'm doing it is I'm doing it for the love of the music and for the love of my people in the city and being able to open doors. Because when you open doors for them, what you got, it never dies. It's just like that. What I did in 1990 down at the Freedom Plaza, that Unity in the Community, they got a Greek council at Howard saying, oh, we started this No Dog. Me and Tigger started this, and he worked at WPGC. We started this back in 92, and it's still going on now.
But that's the problem. Sometimes, like with history, you have to put a seal on it and make sure it's in. You see these videos that we're doing?
Yeah.
I would say too that just like in Jamaica in the early days when they didn't have the resources and they would get a great performance from an artist that is no longer here. Erase that tape and tape over it again. But now technology there where you can store, and I see that they are now documenting a lot of the artists that are at my age. That, you know, this documentation, this history needs to be passed on, because here's the next thing. I look at the picture of Beethoven, and I look at the picture of Bob Marley. I ain't gonna say no more. Maestros. Give it 100 years.
Yeah. Hey, look, but then they'll switch it up like they did Michael Jackson. He had an afro at first, and then when you see Michael Jackson when he died, he was a white guy with a long wig on.
Listen, let me say this to you, and let me put it out there, because once again, as Chuck D said, and as Public Enemy said, I welcome everybody. We don't know who's in the audience and who's listening and who's say, oh, they are this and they are that. But the truth is the truth. You can't make this stuff up. The reality is the reality. So we tell it like it is, you know, and don't sugarcoat it, you know.
That's
it is
true.
what it is.
That's true.
You understand? Like I said, many artists, reggae artists, hip hop artists, you know, I watch a thing the other day, and who was it? Timberland.
Oh yeah, the producer. The guy from Virginia, Missy Elliott.
Said something about what's her name? My girl there, who just put out her book.
Jada Pinkett.
She too, but Britney Spears.
Oh, Britney Spears about the parents.
And he said something, and he apologized. But it seemed like his apology to them wasn't good enough. And sometimes you have to ask yourself as an artist, you know, yes, you have to be conscious of who and what you say. But if you don't have the freedom to speak your mind where there's a lot of artists that they can't get no work
Uh-huh.
because they're afraid to talk of what's going on. So
Yeah.
they'll see bullshit going on
Yeah.
and can't talk.
Right.
You understand?
Yeah.
So more time as an artist, you're supposed to free up yourself and be able to say, I don't like this or I don't like that. You understand?
Right.
But how it works
Uh-huh.
is you get blackballed because you say certain things about certain people and say, okay, no hiring.
Oh yeah. I seen how we had the flags over here. We used to never have them little flags over here. I'm like, when did we become a rainbow street? You know what I mean?
Rasta,
You know?
Yeah, you hear me? First of all,
But now
let
I
me
see.
say this.
Uh-huh.
Let me say this. You live and let live.
Yeah.
Because guess what happened? Certain things have been here from time before you were born. They're here now, and they will be here long after you're gone.
That's true.
You understand?
Yeah.
The thing is, just like when I used to go to church as a little youth,
Yeah.
and the preacher would come and, when I left the church, I would say to myself, say, what are you trying to do? My father would always say to me, listen,
Uh-huh.
if a person wants to get educated, no matter if you split his head open or push the education and sew it back up,
Yeah.
if he doesn't want to take it, he's not going to take it.
That's true.
So, certain people have to know that how you think, what you do is your business.
Yeah.
If a person doesn't agree with it, leave them alone, let them have their opinion that they don't agree with, but don't force nothing down on them.
That's
You
right.
understand? You want to live, go on and live.
Uh-huh.
They want to live, let them live. You understand? But don't force nothing down for nobody. You understand? Some say that. Simple as that.
Okay. And how? Oh, where's your music to be found online?
Oh.
Give us some information.
Man, I mean, all the platforms you can think of. Shango Band, let's put
Uh-huh.
in Shango Band.
Spell it out so they'll know.
SHANGOBAND.
Uh-huh.
You can go to CD Baby. You
Uh-huh.
can go to iTunes. You can go to everywhere and find it. And you might have to
Uh-huh.
put in Englishman / Shango Band.
Uh-huh.
And I tell you what happened too with that.
What's that?
Sometime, once again, if your music is saying something,
Uh-huh.
you'll find it hard to find it.
Yeah.
Because next thing you know, a next band come up with Shango Band and split the name or different spelling or something like that.
Uh-huh.
They do all them kind of things for kind of show your thing off. But those who want to truly find it,
Uh-huh.
SHANGOBAND,
Uh-huh.
you will find it. All right,
Yeah, and I'm gonna
Shango
make
Band.
sure y'all find it, because y'all know me. I'm Greg X. I own the International Beauty Movement. We got Rip and Runways magazine, Unjust magazine, Girl 9 magazine. I own a publishing company with about 5.3 million readership. So we're doing videos, and the reason I'm doing videos here in DC is because this is home, and these are the people that I love the most, and these are the people that.
Pick up yourself, man. Pick up yourself.
Nah,
because that's rocking.
I love you guys. I love this city,
If
and
you
I love this
don't
city
do
a
that-
lot.
If you don't do that and keep the history, who's gonna do it?
Right, but what I'm trying to tell
Listen.
them is I'm bringing DC in. I'm gonna shove it down your throat. In all of our magazines, we got a new issue of Unjust magazine coming out before Christmas. It's called More Murder, More Homicide. And y'all know we did the big thing on Donald Trump. We portrayed him in a very truthful way. And y'all know what we did with the Obamas when they was thing. We portrayed them in a very good way, and how Europeans wouldn't let them do what they wanted to do as far as getting bills passed. So you can't blame the Obamas, you have to blame the administration. So that's what we do. We speak the truth in Unjust, and we got a new issue, and that's why we out here in the streets with Englishman today, out here doing this live. This is a video. This is not the magazine. This is the video. And this right here you seen live, you know.
Thanks for that.
Yeah,
Thanks.
so that's why we're doing that, and we want you to know the culture. But like I say, we got some stuff planned for 2024. It's gonna be a hot summer, I can guarantee you.
Yeah, man.
Cause I will be here a lot. You know what I'm saying? Cause like I'm getting ready to move back here because, you know, I'm a federal contractor, so I'm moving around. So I'm back here no later than February or March. So it's going to be a hot summer. When I get back, and a lot of people can tell you, it's, you know, we do that. The guy that has DC Fashion Week.
Turn up.
Yeah. He can tell you about us. He's a director over there. He can tell you about us. We brought nobody really cared about DC Fashion Week before we started putting it in the magazine, and our Rip the Runways magazine, because we used to cast for Rip the Runway BET. So that's why we started the magazine. They're long gone. We still got the magazine.
See.
So yeah, we getting ready to give you DC for real, and this is all about DC until DC gets the love and really gets the respect that is due, and the people get the respect here, because you know.
Well, here's the thing too. You see, we not say force it, you know. We don't force.
Right.
We just do.
Right.
Do what we have to do, and do it in a professional, productive way where people see it and say to themselves,
Right.
make them gravitate to it. Once again, he's not a man like force nothing down nobody's throat.
Right.
If they feel like they have to shun it, let them shun it. But
Right.
those gravitate to it and feel like it gives them solace and substance, because we have to come with substance once again for here, mind of the people, educate the people them on what is good, what is different, to be able to choose for themselves. And once they can choose for themselves and they gravitate to it, give thanks.
Right.
If they don't, give thanks same way. You see what I'm
Right,
saying?
right,
Make
right.
people make them their decision. You know, we
Right.
don't force nothing on nobody.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
And the person I meant to mention was Ian Williams. He's the director of DC Fashion Week. He knows us.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And last and not least, how have you watched reggae evolve from the 80s to present day, and what do you like least and most about the involvement of reggae music?
I like the fact that a new generation of musicians are coming up in the music business and helping to keep the legacy. They're changing it because they're bringing themselves and their new spin on the reggae. But those artists that are keeping the roots of the reggae is key. You see what I'm saying? So that is more important to me, you know, keeping the history, and hopefully we can get some artists that have been in the DMV for the longest time to win the Grammy. You understand?
Yeah.
Win a Grammy, where in which we were playing when certain people were wearing their diapers, pooping in their diapers.
That's right.
You understand?
Yeah.
And still not seen a Grammy yet. You understand? But once again, it's the politics, it's who you have to weave in and out with. You understand? And so if you're not willing to go with a certain flow or do certain things, them not see you. You understand?
Yeah,
So-
because you mentioned Maccabee.
Yes, sir.
Okay, me and Maccabee, we recorded in a studio. I think it was up on Kennedy Street. If you know the guy
Way-
up
way
there.
back them
You
times.
remember that? You remember that
Way
studio up
back
on
them
Kennedy?
times.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah, man, yeah.
And remember Raga
That
and
was
Chen?
75, 70, 75.
Yeah. We recorded up there, and so we you know, it's just like we've been around so long. As a matter of fact, is Maccabee still playing?
No, Maccabee, the good brethren, passed out.
Oh, he
This
did?
has been about, I would say 25 to 30 years now.
For real? That long?
Yes, man.
Yeah.
He was one of the pivotal people where we have Live and Learn Records tour.
Right. And right on
July.
Georgia Avenue.
Yes, man.
Yeah, because you remember that's all they used to play up there.
All right.
Right next to the bookstore. They had the bookstore in there too, right?
Yeah, man, the bookstore, the records
Yeah.
tour and everything. And,
Yeah.
July of
And the record
Live and
label, the
Learn,
record label was up there.
Record label and Carlton Livingston and
Yeah.
a whole host of artists he produced, you know.
And what was it was another group up there? I Rise. What's
So much artists, man. There's
Yeah.
so much people I haven't called in the DC area, but a lot of artists came out of there, you know. A lot of record labels and stuff like that were there producing still, you know. So, you know, we give thanks. Ras Record, we big up yourself.
Ross Records.
Yeah,
Exactly.
big up
They were
Yeah.
big.
And then,
Yeah.
you know, do a little something still, you know. Could have done a little more still, but, you know, so it go. Yeah.
So where would you, right now, where would you like reggae, since it's evolving and you got a lot of, you see like Afro,
you
what they
mean
call it, Afrobeat
Yeah.
bars and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Would you rather, do you think a DJ is more effective up in those places or a real band?
You can't do without the two.
Exactly.
Can't do without the two, because when the band finish play, you got the Afrobeat would bring the dynamics right there. So and
Right.
for big up fella, you know.
Right.
Because you know what, a lot of people say Afrobeat, but fella
Yeah.
Kuti was the one.
Yeah.
Fella coming to me. Fella is the Peter Tosh of Nigeria. Because many times when you say Afrobeat, and you hear some people talking about Afrobeat and how it's so wonderful. Because you see, when fella used to come with the Afrobeat, fella was punching.
Right.
Fella speak things of what's going on. And you don't know what happened to fella. Just like what happened to Peter Tosh. You understand?
Yeah.
When you're speaking truth to the music, you understand? And find a way for really, you know what I'm saying?
Same way they got Malcolm and Martin.
All right. Well, we don't have to say nothing more. All right. But I'm just saying, you know, with Afrobeat, reggae, go-go, hip hop, you name it. You understand?
Right, but with Afrobeats being so popular, it should be a lot more venues here. And I just don't think that it's people that's trying to promote the live over the DJ, because the DJ is cool, but I mean,
they need the two. They need the two, because they need to bring the Afrobeat DJ to play the Afrobeat, bring the reggae people, so they can bring the people them together.
Right.
You understand? And bring that posse of people together.
Yeah, because you remember in the 80s and the 90s in DC, Jay-Z, everybody could come here. But if you didn't have a band on there, nobody's going to that show. You had to have go-go. You can't do a show in DC without go-go.
All those universities too need to, the student bodies need to bring reggae music into. You understand?
Yeah. And that's what I'm saying. I'm talking about bring the two musics together. Because if you bring both of those together, you know, you got a crowd that's going to love. Because, I mean, go-go is kind of harsh for some people that don't understand it. But then you got reggae that's got that love. But if you got two bands playing together, it's going to be something that you like in that performance that night.
Well, yeah, what happened? Here's the next thing you have to remember. That even throughout just the United States alone, that the migration of Africans, Caribbean people, you know, all people coming in, the next wave, next wave of children, because of the mixing with African Americans, Jamaican, Caribbean, African, is a generation, is a whole new generation of youths coming, mixed from all those diverse backgrounds still. So they're the ones that's going to bring.
There you go, right there.
See there? They're the ones that's going to bring the fusing of that music together, you know?
And the thing is that you still got to give credit to all the people that started you know, if it wasn't for reggae, you wouldn't have Afro beats.
Foundation.
So you still got, you got everybody that started that foundation, you got to give them credit, and you should invite them in, because if you don't invite them in, now you're going off your own instincts, and it's not really, how can I say, it's not.
Well,
it's not the true.
Keeping the roots.
Yeah, the roots of it.
Yeah.
The foundation.
But here what happened, once again, with everything, you're going to find that a new generation going to come and they're going to bring their spin on it.
Right.
And sometimes there's going to be those people who say, but that's not really reggae, or that's not really go-go, or that's not really hip-hop or Afrobeat, what have you. But it's a new trend, and you know, sometimes you have to kind of let it run its course, because if you notice, when the electric music came in, when they was using electronic music and everything, now they're gone right back to live music with the drums, live players and everything.
Yeah.
A lot of it was sequencing and stuff like that. You understand?
Yeah.
But now they've gone right back to live music. So, I mean, everything come full circle still, you know?
Yeah. Okay, bro, we getting ready to conclude. This is Greg X with Englishman.
Yeah, Ras Shango.
Ras Shango, my brother. And look for this video coming up in the next 2 to 3 days, which will be sometimes before Thanksgiving.
Yes, I am.
Brother, I enjoy speaking with you. I'm going to see you in a live performance before the end of the year. I swear I am.
You're going to get a live performance.
And you guys are going to love his live performance, but that's what we really want from him. But I mean, I've been trying to check him out for a long time, as far as even just get to hear his music and hear him play live, because everybody's telling me about him and the greats that he's played with. So it's coming, but this is the interview. This is the prelude to the show. Thank you guys. Have a great afternoon.
Bless up.
Stop.